green tree stands in between rocks. Who would believe that it was a palace of the Durbawas, people that have existed more than 1,000 years ago? You have to lift this huge stone to qualify to go to war. Indeed, it was a precondition to join the army. Their tombs still exist and very much evident till date. The tombs of ancient kings that existed more than 1,000 years ago. Welcome to Durbi Takushe, the cradle of the present day Katsina.
Magana tarihin ƙasar Hausa ma kaf ba ma Katsina ba zai cika ba in ba ka taɓo Durbi Takushe ba. Dalili kuwa na farko dai Durbi Takushe ta raye kafin Katsina. Ta raye kafin duk wani birni da ke arewacin Najeriya. Da nan ne cibiya ta sarakuna na ƙasashen Hausa. Durbi Takushe ta samo asalinta ne tun daga Sarki Kumayau, wanda ya fara sarautar Durbi Takushe.
Durbi Takushe is a historical site in Mani local government area of Katsina State. The site contains the earthen mounds of the pre-Islamic kings of Katsina. In 1992, an archaeological excavation was carried out at the site where valuable historical artifacts were discovered. At present, the site is preserved as a historical site and monument. It stands tall in the ancient city of Katsina. It is over 600 years old. It was constructed under the reign of Sarkin Katsina, that is, King of Katsina Muhammadu Korau, from 1398 to 1408 AD, who was the first Islamic leader laying the foundation for regular worship, a more formalized trade and education. Considered to be one of the oldest standing multi-story buildings in Africa and the first of its kind in West Africa, dating back to the 14th century, the bold ancient architecture is a fascinating tourist site, attracting local and international interests. The Gobaro Minaret, right in the heart of Katsina.
Gobaro Minaret was an Islamic fountain. That at the time it was the tallest building in Katsina. So if you mount it and call the Salat all over Katsina, people will hear you. And also coming down is an Islamic school.
The Katsina was located from Durbi Takushe to this present Katsina in 1348 by Sarki Muhammadu Korau. When he won the war, the king he defeated was Sarkin Sano through a wrestling contest. And that is one of the methods applied if you want to become a king in those days. Is through the wrestling contest. If you invite a king for wrestling, if you defeat him, become a king. So when he defeats Sarkin Sano, he now relocates the emirate from Durbi Takushe to come and establish it in Katsina here. So when he reported here 1348, he now gave authority that they should establish Gobaro Minaret. And that minaret is what they used at that time as a watching tower to sight enemies during the war. It was the first Friday mosque, and also it was the first university. Teaching staff used to come from Mali, University of Timbuktu.
But for Katsina indigents, Gobaro is more than a tourist site, as it is culturally symbolic, historically remarkable, and intellectually relevant, revealing an amazing lifestyle of regular prayers and studying that continues to shape the life of people from the state and neighbors, which gives them front roles in many sectors in Nigeria and beyond, particularly political leadership.
People of Katsina have character and traits that give them traits of leadership. People of Katsina are courageous, they have courage. I think if I tell you the story of kunan bakin wake. Joining the Hausa before the even coming of Islam, there used to be one of the kings, because at that time it was not an emir, it was king, absolute ruler. One of his sons had the habit of not riding on horse, but riding on human beings. Right here inside the city. The man said, whenever it comes to his turn for the son of the king to ride on his back or on his neck, that will be the end of it. And it happened. When it was his turn to carry the king's son, when he carried him, he went to the dime pit and jumped into the dime pit with the son. Both of them died. That was the end of the story. That was the end of riding on human beings. Just to show you how courageous Katsina people.
In 1921, another historical masterpiece was constructed. The Katsina Teachers College opened by the Governor General of Nigeria, Sir Hugh Clifford. In 1922, enrollment started accommodating about 50 students from different parts of northern Nigeria. Katsina became the citadel of learning very early. In 1933, the first Prime Minister of Nigeria, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, was admitted into the school. Shortly after him, the first Premier of northern Nigeria, Sardauna, the Crown Prince of Sokoto, Sir Ahmadu Bello, was admitted in 1934. Both Sir Tafawa Balewa and Sardauna of Sokoto started a long-term relationship that had great impact on Nigeria's history.
If you look at the array of leaders that governed at regional level, represented northern Nigeria at national level, you will find that if not all of them, majority of them schooled here in Katsina. The late Prime Minister was here. The late Premier was here. The late First Minister of Defense was here. I can go on and on and on and mention all the key principal officers at the level of governance in northern Nigeria and the level of representation of the North at national level. Majority of them schooled here in Katsina.
The Katsina Teachers College also graduated many prominent Nigerian leaders, like the first governor of northern Nigeria, Sir Kashim Ibrahim, the first Minister of Education in northern Nigeria, Isa Keita, the first Chief Justice of the Federation, Alhaji Muhammadu Bello, the first Minister of Lagos Affairs, Musa Adua, two past Inspectors General of Police, Alhaji Muhammad Dikko Yusuf and Alhaji Ibrahim Komasi, and pioneer chairman of the Bureau of Public Enterprises, Alhaji Hamza Zayyad Rafin Dadi, foremost politician Alhaji Lema Jibril, amongst others. This will not be unconnected to the early arrival of both Islamic and Western education.
Katsina, in terms of education, in terms of courage, in terms of character, probably that's why God has always blessed Katsina State people, especially when it comes to leadership, either at national or regional level. No state had had the opportunity of producing president 4 times. in this country, except Katsina.
The success of Katsina Teachers College inspired more branches. First, the Kaduna Teachers College in 1938 and Arewa College in 1942. These colleges continue to produce intellectuals and prominent people across board. Graduates from the famous Arewa College include General Yakubu Gowon, former head of state, 1966 to 1975. General Murtala Ramat Muhammad, former head of state, 1975 to 1976. President Shehu Usman Aliyu Shagari, 1979 to 1983. President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, 2007 to 2009, and General Hassan Usman Katsina, military governor of northern Nigeria and later Deputy Chief of Staff, Supreme Headquarters under the administration of General Yakubu Gowon. Katsina has not only produced leaders in Nigeria, but has also inspired many. General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua was a Nigerian political and military leader who served as Chief of General Staff, that is, second in command or vice president during General Olusegun Obasanjo's military regime 1976 to 1979. General Yar'Adua later played a key role in Nigeria's Third Republic, setting up a national political structure, the People's Front of Nigeria. Members included Babagana Kingibe, Atiku Abubakar, Ola Tinubu, Magaji Abdullahi, Ango Abdullahi, Ahmadu Rufai, Yahaya Kwande, Abdullahi Aliyu Samaila, Wada Abubakar, Babalola Borishadi, Timothy Oguntushe Akimbode, Sabo Bakinzuhu, Sunday Afolabi, Yomi Edu, Tony Aneni, and Chuba Okadigo, among others.
By the time the democratic experience, whom Babangida was trying to democratize, you know the role played by Shehu Yar'Adua. He was the first to break the jinx, if it was. He contested the primaries of his political party against the heavyweights and Southwest and defeated them even in Southwest. In terms of political sagacity, of which he demonstrated within that period, it was unparalleled. It opened doors. It changed the equation in terms of political alliance.
The People's Front later merged with other groups to form the Social Democratic Party (SDP). The Democratic People's Movement, with strong supporters like Nigeria's former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and with more consultations and strengthening, metamorphosed into the People's Democratic Party (PDP) that won the presidential elections in 1999 and ruled the country for 16 years till 2015. General Yar'Adua was born in Katsina into a titled Fulani family. His father, Musa Yar'Adua, was a teacher who later became Minister for Lagos Affairs from 1959 to 1966 during Nigeria's First Republic. His father also graduated from the prominent Katsina Teachers College. His younger brother, a former governor of Katsina State, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, later became president, and after his death, President Goodluck Jonathan, who was vice president, took over the mantle of leadership. The former Chief of Staff, Supreme Council, General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, was a secondary school classmate of President Muhammadu Buhari at the Katsina Provincial School, now Government College, Katsina. President Muhammadu Buhari, widely acknowledged and respected at home and internationally for his simplicity, decency, and integrity, defeated Dr. Goodluck Jonathan in 2015 and also won his second term in office in 2019.
But with all the array of leaders that came from Katsina, when you go through the record, and you make comparative analysis, you will say, yes, these people serve the nation and serve their people very well.
At a time when Nigeria's democratic system was facing challenges, especially at the National Assembly, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari emerged as the Speaker, House of Representatives, where he brought stability, focus and maturity to the lower house.
But one good thing about National Assembly is that you may go in with a narrow-minded idea. When you face Nigeria, you see the aggregate of opinions. Then it changes you to a better person. We all went there as local politicians. And the majority of us came out as national politicians.
Also from the women folk, Katsina State produced the first female medical doctor in northern Nigeria, Dr. Halima Adam. Indeed, Katsina is home to some of the best and brightest Nigerian public servants, politicians, and military top brass, not only indigents but from other parts of the north.
Nigeria gaba daya dukkan manyan Arewa da suka mulki Arewa sun fito ne daga neman ilimi a Katsina Med School. Idan za ka duba Sardauna Sokoto da sauran manyan ministoci har ma Tafawa Balewa sun yi karatu a Katsina Med School. Ita ce makaranta ta farko a Najeriya wanda Turawa suka ba ta ƙarfi saboda Turawa lokacin da suka zo sun baje kolinsu a Katsina domin amsar da Sarki Muhammadu Dukku ya musu ba tare da ja-in-ja ba. Sun girmama Katsina sun ba ta fifiko wajen ilimin zamani, kuma haka aka yi dukkan manyan Najeriya na musamman Arewa sun yi karatunsu ne a Katsina Med School.
Katsina State is made up of two emirates which feature prominently in the establishment of the 7 Hausa kingdoms. The two emirates are Katsina and Daura. The Katsina Emirate building was constructed in the 15th century using typical Hausa traditional architecture. It is a building that was well envisaged, well designed, and carefully constructed to capture the long-standing tradition of the Hausa people in Katsina State. Apart from the inner structures, the palace also contains a polo gallery with many pictures of old polo teams and cups, some of which dated to the early 1920s. The Emir of Daura's palace in Daura is also an old building with strategic historical relevance to the people of Katsina State. The palace was built in the 7th century during the reign of Magajiya Daurama. It was constructed with sun-baked bricks and local rafters. Among the buildings in the palace is the Zaurangani, which is the conference hall where the ancient Hausa rulers used to conduct their meetings. The Daura story cannot be complete without the Kusugu well located in the ancient town of Daura. It is one great historical monument to the Hausa people. It maintains a link with the establishment of the kingship system in Hausa land. According to historical tradition, Kusugu well was discovered in the 7th century during the reign of Queen Daurama, who was said to have shifted the capital of Daura Kingdom from Tsohon Birni to the present Daura town as a result of the newfound source of water, that is, Kusugu well. The people of Daura lived with water problem until Bayezid, the son of Abdullah, the ruler of Baghdad, visited the town. At present, Kusugu well is preserved as a historical site and monument. Many tourists from within and outside the country visit it. The sword and the knife which Baya Jidda used in killing the snake which terrorized the people at the well, and the royal drums of his wife Magajia form part of the royal regalia of Daura and are preserved in the palace of the emir. The water in Kusugu has never dried up and is believed to cure many ailments. Festivals have a way of gathering people who belong together but stay in different places. These people who belong together share the same language, the same culture, and most times cohabit and exhibit communal lifestyle. Katsina people share in this spirit and demonstrate it during festivities such as the Gani Festival, Sallah Festival, and Jachi Festival. Frankly speaking, a visit to Katsina State during these festivals, which are celebrated uniquely at various times, will reveal how well respected the people hold the period. The Charanchi Domestic Animal Market, which is located in Charanchi town, less than 30 kilometers from Katsina, is yet another strategic market. The market is famous for domestic animals, grains and vegetables. It attracts visitors and traders from various parts of West African sub-region.
If you are coming from Kano, even if you are not using our own international airport, which we have, it takes you a maximum of 2 hours from Kano to Katsina. If you are coming from Niger Republic from the angle of Zender, it takes you another 2 hours, you are in Katsina. If you are coming from Sokoto, it takes you 2.5 to 3 hours, you are in Katsina. Likewise, Zamfara is less than 2 hours. Kebbi. Katsina is well connected. Not talk of Kaduna, that we were at a point, the same state. So Katsina is more central.
Leaders who were visionary and accomplished have steered the ship of leadership in Katsina State since its creation. Colonel Abdullahi Sarki Mukhtar retired was the first governor of the state from September 1987 to July 1988, and succeeded by Colonel Lawrence Onoja, July 1988 to December 1989. Colonel John Yahaya Madaki, December 1989 to January 1992. Alhaji Sa'idu Barda, the first civilian governor, January 1992 to November 1993. Navy Captain Emmanuel Acholonu, 9th December 1993 to 22nd August 1996. Colonel Samaila Bature Chama, 22nd August 1996 to August 1998. Colonel Joseph Akageke, August 1998 to May 1999. Alhaji Umar Musa Arewa, 29th May 1999 to 29th May 2007. Ibrahim Shehu Shema, 29th May 2007 to 29th May 2015. And presently, Right Honorable Amin Bella Masari.
One quality na shi Dallatu, that's shi governor, yana saurare. Bature na cewa is a good listener. To duk mai saurare problem na mutane ko na abokan aikin shi, to zai samu nasara insha Allah.
At present, there are 34 local government areas in the state. They include Bakori, Batagarawa, Batsari, Baure, Indawa, Charanchi, Dandumi, Danja, Musa, Daura, Dutsi, Dutsamma, Paskari, Puntua, Ingawa, Jibia, Kafur, Kaita, Kankara, Kankia, Katsina, Kurfi, Kusada, Mai Adwa, Malumfashi, Mani, Mashi, Matazu, Musawa, Rimi, Sabwa, Safana, Sandamu, and Zango. In the 60 years of Nigeria's independence, Katsina State continues to inspire leadership, and like the Gobaro minaret that stands tall in the city, the state and its indigents continue to expand in influence. Welcome to Katsina.